In this video, we're having a look at the Motorola RAZR Fold phone. Hi, I'm Lee. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. So this is the Motorola RAZR Fold. Now, I'm a big fan of fold phones. I really like the way they function. I like the extra sort of functionality that they give you. If you're not familiar with what a fold phone is, what it does is you have the phone set up like you would a standard phone, and you can use it just sort of as an everyday phone, but then you can also unfold it, and you've got this massive screen on the inside. There we go, the name Fold phone comes from that. Now let's talk a little bit about the specs of this phone before we actually get into some of the use cases and how you would use it and things like that. So let's just talk about price. At the moment, it is available for pre-order for $2,399. Now, unfortunately, fold phones generally cost a fair chunk of change. Its normal price is $2,799, and I believe the sale price of $2,399 is available until the 5th of August, but just double check that if you're interested in getting with the price. 2399, I think that is up until the 5th of August, but double check with Motorola's site if that price is still available. In terms of specs, it's got a Snapdragon 8 5th Gen processor in it. It's got 12 gigabytes of memory and 256 gigabytes of storage. It has an IP49 rating for waterproof and things like that, so it can deal with splashes of water, and it can deal with a direct jet of water. Like if you sprayed a hose at it, don't spray a hose at it, but it could handle that. But it can't handle immersion, so please don't get pushed in a pool while you have this in your pocket, kind of thing. It's not gonna deal too well with that. In terms of updates, it gets 7 years of Android updates and security updates. It's got an 8.1-inch screen when it is unfolded, so that is the unfolded 8.1-inch screen, which has got 6,200 nits of peak brightness, which is very, very bright, let me tell you that. It has HDR10 for its dynamic range. What that basically means is it'll show the darkest points as really nice sort of solid blacks, and the brightest points as nice and bright, and sort of every sort of level of exposure in between that it'll show you very well. So it'll show you the screens, like watching videos and stuff on this is pretty stunning, and we'll get into that in a bit. It's got a 6,000 milliamp battery, which Motorola claims will give you 43 hours of batteries. Now, I haven't tested that in terms of getting actual 43 hours, but I've been using it pretty solidly for the last few days, and the battery's been handling it very, very well. So definitely no complaints in terms of the battery. I suppose you'd expect with a phone this large. And I don't mean large in terms of thick. In fact, it's very, very thin when you've got it unfolded, and even when it's folded, it's about the thickness, a little bit thicker than you would expect from sort of like a standard phone, but it's pretty much it's nice and slim. I think it is a good looking phone. One thing that, you know, it is what it is. Like, to keep it as thin, the bump of the cameras is quite noticeable. So when you've got it down on a flat surface, you definitely notice the bump there. Nice thing that it shipped with, it actually did ship with this case system, so it does have a bit of protection if you want it. I just would use it au naturel because I just like the look of it, sort of straight out of the box. But you do have that case that comes with it. I do like that Motorola ships all of their phones, at least every phone that I've ever tested from Motorola so far, ships with a case, which is nice. In terms of buttons, you've got your AI button over here on the side there. In fact, let me just zoom in on that screen for you so you can see that better. So you have your AI button over here. You then got a volume up and down button. Then you've got your sleep and wake button. That is also your fingerprint scanner. So your fingerprint scanner comes in from the sleep and wake button. So your fingerprint gets scanned from that button. It does also have face to unlock, so you can set it up to have face to unlock. It does also have that feature, and we'll get into this more when we have the camera, but one of my favorite features of all Motorola phones is the twist to bring up the camera. So if you're bringing your phone out of your pocket, you just twist it like this, and it activates the camera automatically, which is pretty cool. I just love that feature because it's so useful for, you see something that you want to take a picture of really, really quickly, right away. Normally you'd have to take your phone out, you have to find the camera app, whatever. With this, you twist it as you bring it out of your pocket, and you're ready to take the photo. So I really like that feature of all Motorola phones. I know it shouldn't be one of my favorite features, but it really is one of my favorite features. Nice big screen. I think this is a 6.6-inch screen on the outside screen. You've got your selfie camera there. I think there's a 20 megapixel selfie camera. And then you've got that lovely big screen when you unfold. So let's look at some of the advantages of actually having this larger screen when you unfold, because you can have multiple things up on the screen at any one time. So let's say, for example, I want to bring up my Google Meet, and I'm in a meeting something, and I need to check, oh, where is the meeting, or someone's told me something about a map. So these three buttons up here at the top of the screen. If you just tap on that, it allows you to split screen, and then you go split screen, then asks you what app do you want to open up to have split screen. Then let's say I want to just have Gmail open because I want to check my mail at the same time. So you can have two screens up at the same time, which is really, really useful. So you can have the two screens open at the same time. You can also drag, you can see that center bar, you can actually drag one across the other and have one nice and big, and then have the other one sort of drop back into the background. You can also have what's called freeform. So again, if you just tap on the three buttons, here you've got a replace app. You can have so I can just close that app, and then I can also just tap on that and I can say freeform, and then it opens up in a little window on the side there, and I can just reposition it anywhere on the screen. So if you wanted that nice and small, and then let's say I wanted to go and have something to do with photos, so I can have photos open, but I can still have this window open up here like so, and then I can just go ahead and go split screen and have it split screen between those two apps, which is pretty useful. The thing that I actually also find very useful with the split screen and having the bigger form is reading documents. That's probably one of my absolute favorite features of using a screen like this. So for example, if I'm just reading this document and I'm going through this document, it's just really handy to have that larger phone and have that larger screen. I'll show you an example of what it's like without it. So if you would look at that document normally, look how small everything is, and you've got to zoom in to sort of see what it is that you're trying to see what's going on. Whereas when you're looking at it folded out like that, it's, it's readable. You can read it. So particularly if you read a lot of documents, or if you do a lot of sort of reading and stuff on your phone, I think that's one of the biggest selling points of having a fold phone, is being able to read documents like this. So that's definitely one of my absolute favorite features. Let's go and have a look at some of the photo and camera features on the phone. Something that's really nice is that you have a 50 megapixel camera on all three cameras. So you've got your zoom lens, you've got your standard camera, and you've got your ultra wide, and all three of those are 50 megapixel cameras. It does also have stabilization built in for when you're shooting video. So let's just go ahead and jump into the camera, and I'm going to bring something in here so I can actually have something to focus on. So here's my keyboard, and I just want to show you the difference between how good the cameras are, just how much you can zoom in. So that is our ultra wide, that is our standard #1 lens, that is a 2x zoom, a 3x zoom, and a 6x zoom. And you've also got AI zoom. So you've got a 3x zoom on the standard telephoto lens, but you can actually use AI. It'll use AI to sort of let you zoom in up to 100 times. Now, I probably wouldn't zoom in that much, but even with that zoomed in, that's still pretty darn good quality, even though it's not using the optical lens to zoom in like that. So let me just come out of that because I'm not all that interested in the zoom for that. I want to show you some more things here in the camera app. Now, my favorite thing with the fold functions of this is this little button up here. So if I tap that button there, you notice my screen goes black, and it shows me what I can do, because I can now flip this phone, and it's using the outside screen. And the beauty of this is I'm actually using the outside screen for my excellent good camera. So I've got my 50 megapixel camera, but I can preview what it is that I'm looking like in that camera. So this is really, really useful if you're taking photos of yourself, and you can see here that I'm touching the back screen and I'm not actually having any effects on that. So I can put my hands wherever I like, and I can preview myself and take selfies with the better cameras than the 20 megapixel camera. And then to just unlock that and bring it back to the main screen, I just swipe to unlock, and I've got my main camera back. So that's a really, really handy feature, being able to sort of take advantage of the fold features of the phone. Then in terms of video, you've got up to 8K recording. So you've got here your video functions. You've got 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K at 60 frames or 30 frames per second, and full HD at 30 frames or 60 frames per second. And then in slow motion mode, you've got full HD at 240 frames per second, which is pretty darn impressive. And you've got 4K up to 120 frames per second. You can really get some really nice slow-mo off of that. In terms of the quality of the cameras are really, really good, particularly even in low light. Before we get into low light, the zooms are really good. So you can zoom in quite a lot. You can see here in some of these images where I go from the widest to the zoomiest point, and then you can even zoom in a little bit digitally, and it does sort of clever AI stuff to kind of clean up that image. But you can see here that I took some really low light. We went to the Nightscape Lights Festival in the Botanical Gardens here in Melbourne, and we got some really, I think, some really, really good shots out of this camera in low light situations. In terms of videos, it does do up to 8K. The 8K in low light obviously is going to be a little bit soft. It struggles a little bit. I would probably shoot in 4K most of the time. You can go 8K 30 frames per second, 4K at 60 frames per second, and in the slow motion you can go up to 120 frames per second in the 4K. So yeah, I think in terms of when it comes to the quality of the photos and the videos that you're going to get out of the camera, the videos are good, they're not amazing, but the photos are really pretty darn stunning, particularly in low light situations. They do really, really well. It does have stabilization on the video as well, and I found the stabilization to be really good too. Then in terms of the actual features, sort of some of the photo features, you've got your usual stuff, the usual sort of AI stuff. So for example, here is one of the photos that we took just in the city. This lovely lady was wearing a nice outfit, and if you wanted to edit that, we just tap on edit, and you've got a whole bunch of different, you've got AI enhance, you've got dynamic. But if I just come into actions, but one of the things that I sort of always look at, and this is a good indicator of the power of the processor of the camera, is looking at the magic eraser, and I can just select that lady to erase out of the photo. And I'm just going to select her, and I'm going to say, right, erase that person out of the photo. And I'm always curious to see how well the camera does or doesn't do, how does the app do. And there you go. That's done a pretty decent job of pulling that person out of that photo. You've got a couple of other things. You've got filters that you can apply, you've got crops, you've got adjust, the usual sort of standard stuff, but you've got some really nice features that you can do with adjusting your photos. And again, having that lovely big screen. In fact, when we go back, if I go back to the camera app, another feature you can have is that you've got a preview. So as you're taking photos, you get a preview of the photo come up there on the side there, which is a nice function. Another nice thing is that when you go into video mode or photo mode, in fact, it'll split the screen. So it shows you a preview up there on the top, and you've got your controls down here on the bottom, and you can split it up. And this also allows you to put the phone down, for example, and have that nice and solid, nice and steady if you want to take photos and adjust it like that. So again, that's another using the folding functions of the phone. So watching videos on the phone, as you can see here, it's nice and big. It's nice, you know, you got your bars on the top and the bottom, but you got a nice wide screen here, and it looks really, really good. And you can go full screen if you want, and then take up the whole screen. Obviously, you lose some details on the side, but if you wanted to, you could really just punch in really nice and tight and use the entire screen, even though you're going to lose stuff on the edges. But as you can see here, watching video on the phone, I mean, it's pretty stunning, and the quality of the footage that you get out of this is pretty darn nice when you're just watching stuff on the phone. It does have Dolby speakers built into it, so I can't really play you the audio because you know, copyright and all that kind of jazz. But take my word for it, the sound quality of the speakers on this are pretty darn good. As you'd expect, when it comes to gaming, you know, the graphics on here are pretty darn good. You've got the you know, you've definitely got the specs to take advantage of the gaming that you can do on here. The quality looks great, and having that larger screen really is nice because you can really take full advantage of the games that you can get on there. Oh, oops, didn't mean to take you out. Sorry, dude. But yeah, so that is a quick look at gaming on the RAZR Fold 4. You can see here that being on that larger screen really does make it a nice experience. And what I like about it is that it switches really quickly. So when you switch to the outside screen, it switches really quickly. You can carry on and pick up from where you left off. So that is a very quick look at some of the gaming on the RAZR Fold. Another really handy feature that I want to show you about fold phones is this one. So for example, if I'm in a note and I want to type something, if I turn it like this, it actually splits the screen and gives me the screen up top here and gives me my keyboard down here. I just tap on this button, this gives me a full keyboard, and this is a test of, and so you can actually sort of two-hand type as you're typing on the phone, which is pretty cool. It doesn't just do it in notes, and you can just put the keyboard back the way it was afterwards, but it doesn't just do it in notes, it also does it when you're in video. So for example, if I go into YouTube and I'm watching this YouTube video, if I fold the phone and rotate it, it shows me the video up top and then gives me my controls and sort of settings down here at the bottom. So there's quite a few features like this where if you rotate the phone, now one thing to be aware of is you do need to turn auto rotate on, because when I tested this the first time I couldn't get it to work, and the reason why is because I hadn't come in here and turned on auto rotate. So make sure that you have turned on auto rotate when you want this feature to actually work on the phone. So that was my look at the Motorola RAZR Fold for 2026. I think for the price, again, you know, it's a fair chunk of change, but I really like. I think Motorola's done a very good job. One thing I didn't mention is that you can actually get the Motorola Pen Ultra, so you can use a stylus on this as well. I didn't get one of those to review, but you can get that. But yeah, I think for the money, for the specs, and the quality that you get from the screen, the speed, the wireless charging. It does do 50 watt wireless charging as long as you've got a 50 watt wireless charger, and it'll do 80 watt charging. Motorola actually says that you can get 80% of the battery, or no, you can get 12 hours of battery into this in under 10 minutes when charging on a super fast charger. So that's also really nice, that if you're low on battery, you can charge it up really quickly from a fast charger, but you do need to have a charger that supports it. But yeah, all those features and functions that you get in this, I think if you are looking for a fold phone, I think the Motorola RAZR Fold is definitely something worth considering. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was useful. If it has been helpful or useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you next time. Safe and happy folding. Which unfortunately reminds me I've got to go fold the laundry, so let's push stop and go fold the laundry. So it has a, no, let me just check that as well. It'll show you some really nice things, it'll show you some really nice things. Well, it depends what you're looking at, it depends what you think is nice, doesn't it? Slow down, slow down, slow down, you can do this. So let's first talk about price. At the moment, it is pre-orderable. In terms of specs, it's got... Why is it not doing the thing? It normally does the thing.